What's up, everybody? This is Miko, the entrepreneur, and I am here with JoeT.
Hey,
He
what's up?
is.
What's up with you? What's up with all you?
How's it going?
Going good. It's been really good, you know?
So, I remember meeting you maybe a year ago. So, it's been like
Yeah,
a
pretty
year and a
much.
half, or maybe, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I was on one of your lives, and
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch it because I haven't seen it since I've been on there. So,
Right.
but today I want my audience to know that uh, you have something special. You have a gift, right? I mean, we all have gifts and skills and
Yeah.
something special about us,
Right.
but you are known as a social media musician, right?
True to a certain extent. Um, Even though I feel like I'm technically kind of more known for, how I, became known to begin with, which was,
Mhm.
the book and everything, which
Okay.
which can I tell you how I found out it went viral? Anything like that?
Okay. Yes.
Sure. Yeah. So honestly, when that kind of blew up, I didn't really know because it just happened. I just got home. Like, because I haven't checked my social media for months, never was any of that. So, so one day, because I just came home and then my mom was like, "Did you Google your stuff lately?" I was like, no, because who am I, right? So, right, like, why would I want to Google myself? So I do that, and then, you know, it was kind of just, just everywhere. Like I said, just like, because mind you, probably, because think about it, millions of people are on Google every day, right? So mind you, it's like when they search you up, it's like, boom, you're just like out there like forever, right?
Mhm.
So, you know, and I'll say around that time, I feel like that's when I kind of was starting to get noticed in a sense, because I guess you can say that was kind of like my first viral moment, probably. So,
Okay.
um, you know, and I wasn't really like big headed about it. I wasn't really like, oh, I'm finna be famous, I'm finna be popping, da da da. Like, no, I never really like let it get to my head or anything like that. So,
Mhm.
and to a certain extent, some people did kind of recognize me in public at that time, you know, uh, and some people could just kind of found it, funny, whatever. It's either shocking to some people, and they kind of like find it funny, like it's a meme, right?
Oh,
Memeable to some people because of how controversial it was.
right.
So I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, at this point, I'm technically starting to get well known. That's what I'm just thinking, right? So that's kind of what was just again when it came to that, you know, and especially like when I would get like DMs and stuff like that and messages from
Mhm.
people, I'll be like, okay, who are you? Like who is you? You know, but now I'm just like, oh, okay, because that's what comes with it. You gotta because when you're doing this business, especially when it comes to social media, that's what comes with it. You're gonna have you know I guess you can say supporters, because at that point I thought it was just like random people. But now I consider it, a support system, all of that.
Okay. Now, can we talk a little bit about your book so my
Um,
audience can know about that as well?
I guess you can say, uh, hmm, I mean, okay, so it's Destiny Home Warrior. In case you guys, if some of you don't know, uh, hmm,
So, what is the name of the book,
uh, Destiny Home Warrior, like,
and what is it about?
Um, just about, stuff that pretty much kind of my life, basically, in a sense. Um, More so, I guess you can say, because it's a lot of stuff that goes on into it. Like, for example, uh, grandma having this mental illness, stepdad was alcoholic, you know, let's see, getting into fights, you know. And then the crazy part was when, as a minor, I got into a fight with this lady because at the church, you know, just it's a lot. It's a lot of
No, it's
crazy stuff
okay.
that goes on. And yeah, you know.
So excuse me. So now are you like how do you sell your book? Do you sell on Amazon? Do you sell it on street? Do you have a store, a website? Excuse me.
Um, I mean, pretty much, I just kind of, I guess you can say, it's on Amazon. It is.
Okay.
Amazon. So, I mean, I don't really, like I said, don't promote it too much because it's already out there. So I don't need
Okay.
to promote it like that. You know,
Okay.
because I kind of like moved on from that part of my life. I guess you can say. So I moved on from like that phase, and then being on the talk show and all that stuff. I kind of like moved on from that, and I guess you can say right now I'm moving on to bigger and better things, for myself. So, you know.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So um so with just one more question on the book because there's other people watching and they're going to watch this video and or this interview and maybe they want to start a book or a novel or the journal or something. Um did you self-publish your book with a company or did you self-publish it a different way? And if so, can you name what you did and would you ever do it again?
Um. I mean, so basically, I guess you can say like self-publish it, even though I had someone who like knew how to, because they published books before, you know.
Okay.
And I guess at the time I wasn't really thinking much of it. I wasn't really like thinking of like the attention and all that, you know. When it came to that, uh, like not like attention to the point where Google, right? So um, will I do it again? I mean, probably. I mean, maybe not in a sense where. I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe it's probably just I don't know. I mean, the future can probably tell. I mean, that's honestly my honest answer. I don't really know, but yeah. So.
Okay. All right. So, where are you based? You're based in where again?
Am I what?
You're based where? Like, where are you in Florida? Are you in Georgia? Are you
Oh, where I'm from? I was born in Suwanee, Georgia. That's where I was
okay?
from. Um, I basically so the way I grew up, right? So where I grew up, uh, I always lived. So I lived in a suburban area, but where my church, takes place in. If you read the book, right? It basically kind of takes place like in the rough area. So I feel that's kind of where I get my, tough guyness from in a sense, because, I lived in a suburban area, but my church was like in, this hood space, you
Mhm.
know. So
Those are
that's
the
why I
best
kind of
churches.
consider what?
Those are the best churches, believe it or not. That's just my opinion. I'm from Chicago, so yeah,
Uh,
those are the
my
best
church was
churches.
ghetto, to be honest. I don't know about some of y'all's church, but it was like,
I wouldn't say ghetto, but um, I think the small storefront churches are, to me, the better and best churches because when you're in a mega church, and I'm not trying to take the conversation into church, but
Right.
when you're I've been in mega churches and watched mega churches, and you're nothing but a number. They don't know you. They just,
Right.
I'm just being honest. It's entertaining. And it's very rare that you get to know the pastor and first lady and the rest of the family members. You really have to be in that circle. But for me, I would take a small 10-seat church storefront all day, every day. That's
Right.
just my opinion. But okay, go ahead, finish your story.
Yeah. So I guess you consider it, just suburban but hood. That's kind of what I consider the way of how I like grew up in a sense. You know, I can be like, hey, what's up? Like, what's good? And then, I can be like, oh, I'm just gonna like, it doesn't matter, you know. Yeah.
Okay. So moving forward,
Yeah. Or just saying,
how
like before we go into that, just saying like I don't really consider myself, like, how, that rough area considers it like, ratchet, and stuff. I guess you can say I can just consider myself, just a person, and like
okay.
savage beast, That's why I have this gold microphone. So, all savages have gold microphones. Just saying.
Really? I never knew that. Look, I learned something every day. Oh wow, okay. So if you were are you part of Amazon affiliate?
What's that?
So when you get off this live or recording, go look up Amazon affiliate program. Go ahead and
Right.
jump on that. You're going to jump on that. And then the mic that you have, you can actually sell other things, put it in your description, and then people will buy it. And because you're already rocking with the mic, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You can be making money off of that. So, Amazon affiliate, check that out.
Right. Yeah. I definitely will. Yeah.
So, now your songs. So, you're more of a rapper, not really a singer.
I mean, there are times where I kind of sing, but not like that. Not sing to
Okay.
where like I would give like high notes, but kind of like sing, to where it's like uh I don't know what they call it. They call it like modern rap, where it's like you have auto tune in your voice, but at the same time, it's kind of like you're talking and singing at the same time. So
Okay.
it's not like singing in like high notes or whatever. I basically just like doing it like in some parts, because I mostly rap because to be honest, I don't really think I'm like that great. I don't think I have like the best singing voice, to be honest with you. So that's why I like don't really be singing all the time. So like this thing like sorry, I can't sing for shit. I'm sorry, like I can't, you know, like
So you would never sing your own hooks. You'll have someone else singing your hooks.
um I mean I would but maybe probably I'll get someone to do that, but yeah.
Okay. So how would you describe your songs? Are you so what type of rapper are you? Are you more like in your face, like I don't want to drop names, but are you aggressive rapper or are you kind of chill so?
I guess you can say kind of aggressive, I guess,
Okay.
because like when I'm in the studio, I just be, just loud. I be loud
Okay.
because that's what gets me hyped up. It gets me hyped
Okay.
up. I'd be like, hey, yo, like, so like
Wow,
that's
okay.
what gets me hyped up. even though the newest one I'm working on might be a little chill, uh, but you know, just switching it up.
So,
But yeah.
okay. Um, so how, tell me a little bit about your studio, if you don't mind, uh, letting my audience know. So, is it like you go and pay studio time, or you created your own studio at home?
It's mostly at home because not I'm not really like what you call independent because I have
Okay.
someone that helps me do visuals and all that stuff. So I won't really say independent, but I feel like anybody can make music at home. I feel like anyone can do that, because sure, it used to be where you had to go to a studio, and had to, do that. But,
Mhm.
you know, now you can do it at home because, you don't have to pay studio time and all that, because as long as you have the equipment and then, the resources to make music at home, that's all that matters. You know, basically it's like anybody can make a song now, so like you basically don't really like have to, like I said, go to a studio. Sure, if you want you can, but
Right.
it's like why would I do that and pay for it when I can just like do it at home,
Okay.
so that's pretty much kind of that. So
So would you say that not only you're the artist, but you also produce beats, so you're a producer?
um I mean, I guess you can say that. I mean, I never really like consider myself a producer. I do make, beats, or try to think of something different, like make a certain beat, whatever.
Mhm.
Um, I do that part. When it comes to making the song, I do that myself.
Okay.
So right. So yeah, I basically kind of um make that myself. Recording and then, putting mix in. Yeah. So that I do myself, but the visuals I have to like get, someone else. Because um because when I got the opportunity at first, this was like last year, 2022. So eventually I not me, but then I work with this guy, his name's Nick. Okay.
Okay.
And then, he basically like, all right, are you ready to do music in the studio or whatever? And then at the time, I basically was just doing like remixes to like popular songs.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, and kind of like the remix that I kind of like played in the beginning, when we did the last interview, the uh the Try Me freestyle remix, which is like remixed, the video that gave me thousands of followers on TikTok in the first place, which was, involved in my book. But, you know, besides that. So um basically, he was like, are you ready to do music? And I was like, all right, let's do it. So, we were in the studio. Well, I was working on, in my studio. And then at the time we were working on the song Come Away Your Game. Because that was my first single, at that moment. And then, eventually I put it out as a snippet, snippet.
Mhm.
And then, eventually some people like, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it's like almost at about 1,000 views for now, something like that. But yeah, so we were working on that. And then
Okay.
at that point, when I got the opportunity to do it, and then eventually like, in the beginning of the year, we met up in person, we talked about, contracts and then, and I did make an announcement, about it, on my TikTok that, oh, I'm going to, I probably might be signed and all that other stuff, you know. So basically at that point, I'm thinking like, okay, you know, at this point, it's like this is some serious type stuff, right? Like this isn't a joke. Like I'm not just gonna be just, freestyling and, just, rapping over someone's beat or whatever, or cover, whatever you want to call it. It's basically kind of like, okay, now this is my music. This is, I make the beats for the song. I, write the bars. I do this and all that stuff. So
Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second.
uh, right. So um yeah, basically, that was pretty much, that. So, you know, um yeah. So I really gotta say about that.
About the producer.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, well, I'm really excited to see like what song you're gonna sing for me later. Well, in a few minutes. But so let's just say that you had someone just starting in music, right? And they want to be a social media musician. What would you tell them?
Um, I would just say, I mean, just do what you want to do. I mean, you're free to do whatever you want. I mean, to be honest, like, you know, I mean, if you, it just depends on the person, you know what I mean? Because I feel like almost everybody in this generation, started off on social media,
Okay.
so I feel like it just depends on the person, if you want to be a musician or you want to be a social media musician, like that's on you. I mean, you're free to be whatever you want to be and like where you want in your career, I guess.
Mhm.
Uh, but I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I feel like almost everybody, got the start with social media, myself included. Uh, especially if you're young, you know, and like and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I don't really usually give advice like that, but because I'm the type to be like, hey, you do what you want,
Right.
like
Well,
you,
I might
like,
get some comments. I might get some comments like, "Hey, I'm trying to get my, you know, career started. What can Joe tell me about how to be a social media musician?" So that's all. Now,
yeah,
you
yeah,
said
and
that
also
you're
here's another advice tip. Okay, so like
uh-huh.
whatever I say or do, just don't do it. Okay, like whatever I say, don't say. Whatever I do, don't do it, and be your own person. Okay,
Uh,
because
okay.
the
All
whole
right.
the whole role model question, I'm gonna leave that to the Disney Channel stars. Okay, I'm gonna leave that to the Disney and Nickelodeon stars. All right, that's what I'm gonna leave in Cartoon Network as well. So like, whatever I say, don't say it. Whatever I do, don't do it. Be you.
Okay.
Okay, that's the message for
All right.
today. Be you. Be your own person.
Be you, be unique, be your own person. Okay. So you're in Georgia, and isn't Georgia like the mecca for musicians? Like you there. Like it's
Right.
let's just
Yeah.
say someone coming from Florida or Chicago or New York or whatever. You're already in Georgia. So
Yeah.
I mean,
So
are
yeah.
you meeting up with other artists? Do you go to like rap battles? Um, do you go to other networking events? Like, can you share some of that of what you do if you go to other events?
Um. I mean, I haven't really went to places like that, because I mean, the thing is, I mean, it's Atlanta, so we see, a lot of people, there. Even though I'm from Suwanee, obviously Atlanta is a part of Georgia, so we see, influencers all the time. It's basically kind of like the south of Los Angeles, pretty much.
Okay.
So, I haven't really been thinking of that, because I mean, sure, I wouldn't mind, collabing with people, as I, continue, because I have collabed with people before, you know, um, you know, obviously, virtually, on IG live and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and of course, right now, I'm also thinking about, trying to have them be on one of my tracks, because
Okay.
right now I asked my cousin, because he does music every now and then, or he dropped a mixtape before. I mean, when it comes to taking it serious, no. But he's done music beforehand. So, I asked him, hey, you want to be in my song or whatever? He's like, all right, cool. You know, he hasn't sent me a verse yet, but eventually he will. So, you know. And plus, I'm looking for female rappers to be on my track as well. So, any female rappers out there, hit me up.
Hey, collab,
Yeah.
collab.
Yeah.
Hold on for 1 second. I missed.
Yeah. Yeah, this coming from someone who listens to female rappers a lot. So,
Okay.
but yeah.
Hold on for a second. So, audience, make sure you're looking at this ticker that's going across the screen. Hit him up. He's looking for female rappers to collaborate with, so to be on his track. Now, I don't know where you're trying to take this, like in the future. Do you see yourself like being like the next, being nominated for like a Grammy, being nominated for MTV Awards? But is that, have you thought that far ahead, or are you just trying to do something right now just to get your feet wet?
Not really. I never really thought of myself to be at that level. Because I never was really trying to be mainstream. I basically just want to be at a level where don't get me wrong, which I feel I kind of am at that level right now. I just am gonna gain more fans eventually. Which eventually there are times where people were interested in what I got going on and stuff. So I feel like I kind of want to continue to be where I'm at now, where I have a balance. Because I feel like there's a difference between being famous and being well known. Because famous is more like, obviously you can't go out of your house without the paparazzi, being out, wanting to get your autograph, picture, all that stuff. But to me, well known is kind of like, you kind of establish what you are known for already, and that sure, not everybody, not the whole world knows who you are, but you at least have a fan base. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'd rather, I'd rather be at that level, than just be on a mainstream level. So
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much that. I kind of like where I'm at now. You know, where I still want to continue to gain more fans, or be at the continue to be in the thousands milestone, because it's still kind of crazy that sometimes where thousands of people are kind of interested in what you do, and stuff like that, because but I guess you don't realize how much of an impact you put, right. So that's pretty much all my goals are for now. Just to stay where I'm at. And sure, of course you have your days where you're down and all that stuff. You feel like that. Oh, I don't know if I'm proud of this project that I'm working on. We have our days, right? But yeah, I'd rather be at the space where I'm at. That eventually you'll gain more fans, continue to be in the thousands milestone, and just be successful at what you do. So so in between, I kind of like that. So yeah.
All right. So if I were your manager or your music advisor, I would try to get you more interviews with other people who can connect you, right? I will want you to go to more networking events, whether it's, TV production or music related, because you'd be surprised who you know. You end up meeting people and you tell them about you or whatever. And then I would say probably, and I know it's a lot of places in Atlanta that you can go and actually get, and even if you got to work for free, like get an internship, like at a record company. Like, even if it's on a small scale, it's okay. Come in, work maybe 2 or 3 hours a day. I don't care if it's getting coffee. You need to be in that environment. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, even if it's to work in a record store, you need to be in that environment. And I'm not saying go get a job at a record store, but what I'm saying is you need to probably place yourself in places where it's music and where you can network and meet people and tell them about your 2 YouTube channels, right? Tell them about your social media and then network from there. So, I'm not trying to give you advice. I'm just saying if I were your
Yeah.
manager, those would be like one-on-one coaching.
Right.
I'm trying
Right.
to
Yeah.
I'm trying to say this because I'm about to start a membership on my channel. So by the time
Right. Yeah.
people watching this, when it airs, I already started my membership on my channel. So uh, yeah, but
Right.
it's not about me. I just wanted to plug that in.
Yeah.
But no, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish talking.
Um. But yeah, I do get what you're saying. You know. Eventually, maybe I'll do that. You know. You know. I don't know. I guess sometimes I just stay to myself. You know. Uh. Even though, I mean, right now I am. You know. Uh. Doing my first performance. I mean, it's virtual, but for like New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Uh. You know. And I kind of focus on, what I work on and get stuff done. I'm an Aries, so I just get try to get stuff done a lot. Like
Okay.
um, because I'll be like, all right, gotta get this done, that done.
Mhm.
No time to wait. So, uh, the mixtape I'm currently working on, and
Okay.
then maybe I might go on tour. If I you know uh if I don't stay to myself for too long. But other than that, I get what you're saying. I do, a lot.
Now
Uh,
the mix. I'm sorry. The mixtape that you're working on, like, is it like a cassette? I just want to know because I'm
yeah.
asking. Is it a cassette tape, literally, or are you just working on getting a CD or something made?
Well, I mean, I just call it the mixtape, pretty much.
Okay.
So like streaming, like get it on Spotify and stuff. Because
Okay.
right now I'm just releasing singles, and because I'm releasing singles, I'm just putting it on my YouTube. Now,
Okay.
the only song that I'm promoting is just, my first song, but
Mhm.
the other ones not as much. I'll put it on my TikTok or whatever. Not as much because again, it's gonna be on my mixtape. So
Okay.
that's kind of the smart thinking because like if it's like an album, mixtape, or EP, then yeah, I might put it on a streaming platform. But because if it's a single, I'm just gonna put it on my YouTube. Because
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
but which I even know the name of it. I even know the name of the mixtape that I might come up with. Barely Legal. That's the name of it.
Oh, that's the name of
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Think about Barely Legal because mind you, I'm like what 19, 20 when I made these tracks.
Okay.
So it makes sense. Like I'm not 21 yet, but
Okay.
so it makes sense. Like Barely Legal. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you already know what your album cover gonna look like?
Um, Maybe like where it's gonna be like a picture of like, obviously like an ID image from Google. Have like my
Mhm.
face on it. Because it makes
Okay.
sense. Like I still gotta show my ID to people.
Right.
And all that.
Okay. All
But yeah.
right. So let's move forward into like maybe giving me two samples of your clean versions of your songs.
Right. Yeah. I have it on my phone if you want me to play it.
So we're you can kind of like wrap it out because I don't want to get demonetized.
Oh, right.
I
Yeah.
can't really have
Sure.
music per se because it'll be copyrighted. So I don't want to do that.
Right.
But if you can do it without music, let's see what skills you have.
Okay. All right, let's go. Let me get the beat together.
No, go ahead when you're ready.
All right, yeah. I'm a warrior gang, not just scheming now, trying to make my moves. Homeboy gang, ride or die like a homie, savage beanstalk warrior. Homeboy gang, not just scheming now, trying to make my moves. Homeboy gang, ride or die like a homie, savage beanstalk warrior. Homeboy gang, first things first, what's good? The name JoeT. Current mood, don't give a. About to come for you and for you come for me. Just beside me a hustle, reputation on my lifestyle. We don't even know me. Shout out to my city, Atlanta. Even pandemic, still felt way to go hard to throw a party. Yeah, I'm a stallion, check. Unapologetic, check. If I do it, copycats, y'all can never be like me. Last time I checked. Yeah, that's a
Okay. That's the snippet. All right. And what's
yeah.
the name of that one?
I'm a warrior gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me another. You have time to give me another one? Because I'm gonna remember this moment that you were on my
Right.
channel and you said this on my channel. So when you go and get your award in the future, because I'm speaking
Right.
it, I want to speak it up for you, right? So
Yeah.
give me
Yeah.
if you don't mind, give me a sample of like your other song.
Okay. This one,
Tell me the
uh,
title first.
against the rules.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Is it against the rules to roast you and speak my mind? Is it against the rules to be feeling myself looking fine? Is it against the rules that got you triggered? So sue me. Look at your legal disputes like, is it though? Is it though? Order. Trying to file a lawsuit but can't afford an attorney or lawyer. Still in probation, but you want to yell objection. Don't know my full character, but trying me, committing defamation. Can't dress like I can't feel illegal, so sue me. Some of y'all probably get on just Judy. Some of y'all act like Kings and Karens for Walmart state profiling. Some of y'all act like you slip on a web for the purpose to get cash from a lawsuit. Like, is it worth it though? You was like Amber Heard in Content. I the jury or Johnny Depp. Client this case like, is it though? Yeah. And it goes back to the chorus again. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, you won me over.
Yeah.
So now when I saw what do you have on your channel now? Because I think I commented or something. What video is that? You have like a short little video. I think it's in a loop or something.
The loop, what do you mean?
So it's like it was playing, like it kept like playing over. So the video that you currently have on your channel, you're coming out of a
Oh,
school building or something. What's that
oh
song?
yeah. That's actually a visualizer. That's called
Okay.
Dropout. So Dropout,
Okay.
it's like a freestyle. It's not really like a single, but
Okay.
it's basically a freestyle and all that, you know. Uh, but yeah. So,
So can you sing that since I mentioned it? I forgot the name.
all
So
right,
at least there'll be 3 samples that you did on this channel.
right, okay. Drop it at that. Some worksheets, drop it at that. View classes, this and that, drop it at that. But try to go to Harvard, Power drops out of that. Never tell me that pay bills, pay taxes, and teach on t-shirts. School uniforms, might wear drop that. Taking tests don't define my future, so I no loser. That's why it drops out of that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me take this time to say to my audience that look, you have JoeT here. You see his information scrolling across my stream. Go ahead and follow him. I don't know if he's looking for a mentor, but what I can say, he needs to start networking with more people, especially if you're in the ATL. If you're not in the ATL, still like reach out to him. He's on TikTok. And I'm telling you, he wants to
Yeah.
collaborate. He's looking for female artists, so female rappers. So If you got flow, you want to collab with him, hit him up. So before we go though, do you want to, and I know it's scrolling across, but you know, just in case somebody went to go get some water and they, didn't, read it,
Yeah.
you want to go ahead and say all your social media platforms?
All right. YouTube, the JoeT, in all caps. My Instagram is just JoeT, like, and after the E, it's a dot with T. My Facebook, Joseph Tucker, which, in case if you don't know which one, because there's a lot of Joseph Tuckers, my bio, it says Joseph 101. And if you want to run my second channel, Joseph 101, go run that up, because I'm just starting to get back to posting more content over there as well, because I didn't really know what to do with that channel, but I'm be doing more behind the scenes, vlogs, so you can go run that up. And of course my TikTok, which is my most known one, at I am JoeT. So yeah.
Okay.
So continue to get me up to the milestones, because I do like where I'm at. And yeah. So
Okay. Well, before we end, I want to say thank you for taking this time out to let me do this interview with you. And I'm speaking this, right? When I see
yeah.
you walk across stage, even though you haven't even thought that far ahead, I'm going to think it for you. So I believe in people futures. I believe in moving forward to the future. And I know even with me, I can say all day what I'm going to do, but I when I see you on TV accepting awards or, being nominated for something else, I'm gonna be like, you know what? He has something special. He was on my channel and I spoke it for him. So, all right, guys, thank you.
Mm.
Please like this video. Please comment below, leave him some comments. Also follow his social media. And I will see you in the next interview.
All right, we out.